I think the opportunity to represent North America as the first international competitors is something that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life, because it is going to be something that goes down in VALORANT's history. Just getting here is success in itself, right? Obviously, now that we're here, I would like to do well, but as long as we give our all, that's really all I can ask for here.
We're here because we deserve to be here, and we are shown that we can play against anyone in the world.
I think we have 5 people that get along relatively well, and I think it propels us forward.
NET is definitely the leader.
I like change, I like innovating, I like just having to continuously do something and get better at it.
Having someone like this on your team that has no doubt in himself, no doubt in the team, is actually really, really helpful. I've never played with someone so confident, so that's really helped me actually, and that's really helping the team. For me to represent North America here actually means a lot, because I've had a long road to come here. I know I'm good, I know I'm really good, but playing against these teams we've never played against before, and just showing up and showing we can actually hang in there and beat these guys was actually really cool.
I do think that a lot of the teams that come into this event are going to have drastically different play styles than they had in their Challenger finals where they qualified. I think you can do the best to pick up on little cues, aggressive players, passive players, what they like to do. But
we just going on the fly and just using our teamwork on the spot, being able to adapt and outplay people on the spot in intense moment is one of the main characteristics, and also showing up when it matters, I think, is one of the reasons why we're here.
Welcome back, everyone, and let's recap map 1 of FNATIC versus Version 1 with our Prime Gaming highlights. You heard from Version 1 there, Veli. This team, they got a lot of skill, a lot of talent, but fortunately for them, they came up short against FNATIC.
A lot of skill, a lot of talent, but unfortunately, they face a lot of Durka. It was all about Durka. 34-19, he took advantage of every situation they threw at him. I mean, let's be honest. You take a look at the first 4 rounds, what happened? Basically, FNATIC, they said their B strat is whack. They consistently pressured it to where they were able to take out Jammies and Zelsis like it was nothing in order to get those wins. That alone right there put Version 1 back so far. Penny finally woke up, but it just wasn't enough. I really like the fact that Version 1, they were able to adapt and come back, because this game was like a seesaw battle back and forth, but ultimately going into overtime, FNATIC showed they are just better. And it's not just because of Boaster's big brain. You saw the flank under tunnel. You saw what Boaster was doing in the mix. He is phenomenal. Him and Vanity, I'm really glad that we spoke about them pre-show, right? Because they're not just IGLs. You know, they're playmakers. They're in the front lines getting those kills and clutches. So, hey, FNATIC are looking good. Still a close game. We don't know who's going to run with it, but going to map 2 on Ascent, though, it's going to be a whole different story.
I hope so. I hope it will be a different story. Oh, sorry.
They're excited.
Go ahead.
One at a time.
we're super excited. I just very quickly, yes, Newturn was able to beat them V1 yesterday as well, but I think we saw something out of FNATIC that we mentioned at the top of the show. If there's any team, I think Pansy mentioned it as well, if there's any team that can navigate this post-plant utility meta, the shock darts, the snake bites, FNATIC did it, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
In pretty quick succession, so they just look really good across the board.
Dan, here is
they
this
did
moment.
look really good.
I just wanted to clarify this, Potter. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. We just we gotta zoom in on this real fast. This is a moment that everyone is talking about. Average Jonas, I see you, Poppy. Look at this moment here. The shot heard around the world. Penny getting a kill because the Sage decided to let the hands loose. Yeah, use that one. Use that one for yourself, Plat Chat. All right, your tools. Anyway, they've been making fun of me this whole time. Besides one time, a sideshow said something nice about me. Potter, your thoughts on that match? I'm just gonna give you the floor. This is all you. What do you think about what happened for that game?
I just needed to point out that although Version 1 lost, I thought that their game plan, it was completely sound, right? We saw the 2 controllers coming out, the Viper and the Omen, cutting off the information game, denying that sort of info by cutting off the choke points either with the Viper wall and the Omen smoke towards A, and allowing Zelsis to get those timings in the lurks towards mid. They had backup plan after backup plan. It is unfortunate that the one variable of Durke just completely coming out and stopping all these plays that were coming, but there were so many opportunities because of these check marks across the board for version 1 in their game plan. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that I really enjoyed this composition coming up from version 1.
Yeah, it's always nice to see something that tries to push ideas further and gives you something else to talk about. It's not fun if you're just running the same compositions on each side, Veli. I know that it's always something that you see in a lot of other games and even in Valorant as well. But when you challenge what is the conventional thought, it actually opens up quite a few doors.
I think ultimately what both of you are trying to present to the audience right now is the fact that their post-plant meta is just so sound. I mean, you take a look at Zelsis, someone who's very strong on the duelist, right? But he's on Killjoy, but there's a reason for that. You have the nano swarms, you have Viper with the toxic bite, the walls, everything.
Yeah.
But the thing was, we saw them slip up on those post-plant executes. You saw FBs miss out on those shock darts. Potter, you saw it. He was way too eager, shot out both of the shock darts, missed it, and that was still another free round for FNATIC.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to warm up, and I think that they started off map 1 extremely cold as well. They weren't shooting well.
Hey, but credit where credit's due, because FNATIC played incredibly well in OT. They come back, pick up the dub, and now we move on to map 2. And let's hand it over to the dynamic denim duo of Panpoc. Yeah, I did that. No regrets.
No regrets? The double Ds? Okay, fair enough. We're all big fans. But at this point, we do need to start putting our attention towards Ascent. I think this is going to be such a key game. Now, bear in mind, we've seen good looks and bad looks from both of these teams rolling it back on this map specifically. We've seen answers made to them, some of the pressured moments certainly coming to a forefront. But again, I'm glad Potter kind of alluded to it, that Durka he was on in that last map. I mean, remove him from the equation, it could have been a different result, but it's how it happens. How many times have you seen one player just have this huge pop-off performance, and you can't take it away from the guy? I mean, he's had one NA team make him look absolutely out of sorts, and now he's found his form in this second meet that they've had. So good to see him bound back, but hey, are we going to forget that we saw Penny absolutely tearing people up before? Absolutely not. These guys are the real deal, and version 1 have shown this time and time again. The question is, can they do it here, Hypoc?
Yeah, and I mean, we're coming to a map where obviously they went back and forth with new turns throughout the entirety. Take a look at the agent select here, presented by Prime Gaming, and keynotes, obviously, Magnum. This is the one map that he flicks back over to the Cypher, and more recently, I mean, Mystic adopting the Viper here as well. It wasn't previously part of FNATIC's composition here, but no other surprises, really. I mean, looking at V1's, no adjustment once again, other than Jammies coming onto the Killjoy here, which is interesting, because obviously previously that was the Viper pick. So going without the Viper Astro kind of strength here that I was expecting on Ascent, and Zelsis flipping back onto the Phoenix, which was a talking point in the previous map. As I said, a slight composition change on Icebox, and it looks like actually we've got it in a total 180 in the other direction here on Ascent.
I like that. All right, bit of a change up. Keep in mind this looks different to that new turn game, different roster to an external roster, but agent selection. So again, this could be quite unique. If they prepped for that game, if they watched the most recent tapes, this could be a different look.
It could be a little more kind of frontline support to Penny in that role. But yeah, I think that V1 have played Astro and Viper so well that this is an interesting decision.
We love the jump peak, the quick reset after you hit the head on the top, but you can see playing to that smoke. Doma happy to play on the very verge of this. There is going to be a split coming through. Zelsis succeeds against Magnum, so it's going to be Doma feeling a little isolated, and they have not completely crossed. There it is. There's the rest of the punch, the 1-2. And it's going to be the site take for sure. Zelsis, great work in finding so much room. Durka on the play back in, and look, he's been great, but a 1v4 to kick things off might be a little bit beyond him, but a beautiful site take from V1 here.
Really, really nice pistol round there. Again, the pinch was perfectly timed. They get set up outside A lobby the whole while. Zelsis and Jammies picking up that slack elsewhere on tree, and they actually find a beautiful entry. Yeah, the time of the hit, just perfect collapse onto site. I mean, Doma unfortunately has to walk into the smoke there to try and find a kill, but can't get anything done at all.
good little bound back here for version 1. Just get that mental in the right place, not get too bogged down after. It can weigh heavily on some if they do lose a lead like they had, that 12-2, you know, that can definitely impact. But a nice little mental reset. Durka, though, good connection towards Penny. And that's about it for now. No, I guess a stack towards A coming out from FNATIC on the defending side.
Slow down a little bit here and FNATIC to maybe go hunting for a little bit of information, maybe kill somewhere. Lots of damage onto Vanity, actually. They're going to try and close the distance here, but Boaster will fall.
Good work.
He gets traded out here.
Yeah, good work from Vanity, Effys, and Penny to all keep their cool there. No one fumbled their lines, kept it clean. Magnum can't get the punish. The dink came in, but it didn't really matter. Durka playing aim practice, gets one towards Effys, but this round will be version 1's, and it's a good one too. 4 alive, keeping everything building in the right direction.
Stuff. I didn't even actually mention it at the start there. I did note it, but Boaster obviously switching over from the Sova. Traditionally, what we saw historically, I guess, with FNATIC here on Ascend. Obviously, first time we've seen it at Reykjavik, but I'm interested to see him on that Sky pick, which isn't somewhere we usually see him.
No.
Again, last time we did see the variation from FNATIC here was Mystic coming over to the Viper. So coming into the, I guess, FNATIC's first buy round here, we'll see if it begins becoming apparent at least.
There's Durka postured up. Good first pick. Going to fall away from that. Penny now gone. Falls away to a new angle. A little committed on this, but being Jet does get the ability to dash out. It feels it for Durka. Man, he is sharp today. It's not Phoenix, but he's definitely got a hot hand in this one. Now, Effys and Jammies, let's see if they can maybe thread the needle, cut between the two, see if they can cost them a rifle here. That would be perfect for V1. Boaster feeling the pressure, gets the info, swings on it. Should keep it clean, and does. So Effys now. Don't know if he could be able to catch anything from this. The fake flash because Effys off, allow Durka the angle. Loses the fight, so that's a rifle gone. Keep in mind, you want to keep this clean. And Effys doing a little bit of damage to the economy, but not too much. Boaster there, keeping it safe. One rifle lost, but conversion for FNATIC.
I think they're a bit bigger picture. Durka, I mean, he falls and gets his Blade Storm online anyway here, so, you know, we could ride that out if they do want to potentially try and build this momentum. But it's a great opening from Durka and goes hunting once again. Finds the second, finds the third, and spike down. And again, I love the readjustment from Boaster as well. They know that they've kind of prioritized B main, and that kind of internal clock starts ticking. He's like, actually, mid's been exposed. It's been left open for, you know, 15 to 20 seconds. It comes around and perfectly times that flash.
Durka's a madman.
Hello.
He just walked mid. Hello, Durka? Okay, that was a little brave, wasn't it? I mean, they're all there as well. That's the sketchier part. The 3-play stack towards top mid. You've got Penny just spamming, hoping for connection. He knows he's got him pinned to an extent. Durka does get out of there, but ooh, scary beginning. V1 almost catching him on that. Quick play up towards Cat. Gonna try and get that control in middle.
V1 trying to sit back and get a read for this, I guess, in that previous round with the aggression coming out from FNATIC. We were maybe anticipating that here. Not sure he actually spotted that, but the spy cam going to give the information away. Magnum punishes Jammies. Neither of the tripwires set off either, so I don't think that information would have been noted by Jammies before he fell, but FNATIC still set up to greet this push back on towards A.
Over. You're dead.
The double stack on short from FNATIC and greet this 3-play up.
Huge
You can see
paranoia.
already Dome has done well to deny this, to buy a bit of time on these rotations. You still have Durka waiting. Knives out at dawn, just already going to take down 2 Pennies and Effys falls, but Vanity trying the best he can on this to swing. He's ahead of it. He's got the angle to play with, but the spike's down on shore. He knows Dome is up to something. He's read this well. Vanity, can he try and dig them out of this scenario? 13 seconds though. If he had the spike, maybe he could have done something, but waiting patiently will be Magnum and Mystic. And it's over and done with FNATIC. Get this one rolling after what could have been a great play, but the combination that Doma pulled off there with the play coming in from Durka, well handled on that pressure coming through on short.
Probably the freest kill we'll see throughout the series. Just sat in the spike camp. But this is massive from Durka to find both of those. And then Doma, like I said, amazing paranoia thrown through to completely stop that aggression. Durka there to capitalize on it also.
Look at the switch up of utility too. And there's Durka on the push out with the op as well. He's taking space. He does not care for your turret. He's going to take your life. And already this mid aggression is a reflex Durka! A pixel out of place is all the man needs apparently. These are pistols against him, but he looks unfazed. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Doesn't want to get swarmed here. There's still danger in this. Effie's, Penny, and Vanity trying to find this pit, but they've got middle control, but at what cost? Seeker's going to come down, spot them out, find them, and keep them pressured back, and Durka retaking this territory.
Yeah, Boaster actually now comes through. He's going to punish Effie's and Penny. Will rotate back towards mid. The fake flash goes out, but Vanity tucked down there. Boaster deals with that one. His third on the round, and FNATIC's third on the board. Beautiful opening once again by Durka. Just zero respect played to the turret, to jammies. Even there, just it's beautiful. They've got to try and do something. They've got to try and do something to stop Durka in the early round. Again, the operator not so prominent on Icebox, but here on Ascent already the way he's playing, and it's so much value on the back of almost, you know, no kind of utility play, right? It's just Durka going creeping.
But look, if any region knows how to deal with operator aggression, it's North America. So many of these teams just capitalize on it. They're so well aware of how this can be played. I want to see that Phoenix in use, and you're going to have to commit that utility a little earlier, but they're going to put so much faith in him to lock down the entirety of B and basically middle with the camp and stack out towards A for FNATIC. A good read, as it looks like Version1 are heading this way. Mystic on that jump peak. Resetting the movement nice and quickly, trying to get that info if anyone does manage to make it across.
Slow down again. Durka just, he's on a walkabout.
Mid, though. The timing on mid is everything. Zelsis and Jammies, if he makes a step,
no way,
anything. Now the camera might...
So he's up underneath the turret right now.
The turret can't see it. Does he wait? No, he takes the opportunity now. That Zelsis gone, but while that happened, Doma got aggressive, feeling himself now, found two, and now there's problems aplenty. One up short and one towards main. Effie's, there's still so much utility to try and work through towards A. Now Jammies could alleviate that pressure, but there's two players filling the void. Good connection on the first shot, but Boaster denies. FNATIC looking very well situated here.
Again, you leave that gap open, and this is the first time, again, Jammies hasn't really posted up with the turret, directly watching the B main walkout, but again,
with the flash.
Perfectly timed as well. Yeah, a little bit of a team flash comes through, but it's fine, right? He's not turned to face it there.
Bye-bye.
This is the thing, right? As long as your enemies are flashed longer than you are, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Now, and look at this adjustment of utility again. Look at they are literally putting 4 players in the correct side. They have the right reads on this. This is big brain play from FNATIC. They have 4 players basically leaning towards B. You've got Durka kind of going walkabouts in middle. Again, slicing right through. There might be a fight with Vanity on that one, but Penny going to show presence, but there's so much here on the other side. Magnum's camera still in play. And you could have that one-way, well. Just dirty too, but good counter utility might allow them to step through. Durka trying to follow that jet on the way out, doesn't quite get what he wants. Penny's still alive, but look at this util spam. It is just completely engulfing every part of this. But considering the lighter purchase coming out from V1, they're on the site. Magnum does not care. He is going to put his body on the line. He doesn't get much for it, though. A 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 trade out. Version1 finding value here. Doma, Doma and Durka quickly pulling this back from the brink as Vanity now called upon to save Version1 again. Great shot on Doma. But it's him against Durka. The lineup's not there. He's going to have to swing on this now. He does need to face this. No, Durka, no way! He's gotten away with it again!
I know, but that transfer from Doma was absolutely insane. What a retake. Again, Vanity, the last man standing up on lane. Again, he can't give too much away, but the smoke comes down just before Doma falls, and it sets Durka up to just stick that defuse. What an amazing retake here. This transfer was insane. I thought he was going to snap to the left, but he actually snapped
Yo, I
to
was
the right
ready.
there.
I was-
He would have found the third as well. He would have found the third as well.
But also, let's call it for what it is. Penny made that round viable. That was a real light buy. There wasn't much to it. They got through all that utility. They made it for the spike plant. V1 did really well there to get that far. That was a frenzy, Sheriff, bits and pieces. Now this will force the tactical timeout. And V1 need to adjust here, because they are being run over by Durka. They are being predicted pretty heavily in this. The correct calls coming out from FNATIC are being a huge issue. It feels like Cypher is everywhere on this map for them.
And V1 trying to put the stops on it right now. Again, even with that round perfectly set up by V1, but actually FNATIC back up. They respect the lockdown, and even with all of that kind of utility invested in the early round, yes, V1 get entry, they get site control, but FNATIC just brawl their way back on. It's the worst kind of round to lose, especially on that purchase as well coming out. I mean, really, it's Penny, like you said, opening things up with the Blade Storm, at least creating that space and forcing a couple of players from FNATIC off these key angles.
Now take this what you will though, right? Like, this is still V1 on the attacking side, having to kind of come back into this after a pretty hefty blow on map 1. They still have to rekindle a little bit of that magic that was happening on map 1 in the earlier rounds, but I think the scarier part, if you look at this from a technical standpoint, is once these rifles have come out, V1 have looked a little lost here, so I'm glad the timeout happened now.
Okay, again, this time Jammy's gonna post up. They keep Durka in check here, at least on B main, but I mean, it comes back to the discussion we were just starting to have, right? It's this rotation of utilities, the switch up of these setups, and FNATIC just have such a good read on which rounds are the ones that they want to play proactively. Kind of deny this early control from V1. Durka now might actually pick up one player walking through. Penny actually drifting through that nebula here. Doesn't find anything on the other side, but Oster's sitting so deep here, just trusting Durka to control B main and market here. And again, off the back of those early rounds, I think it's the right decision. They can create so much space.
Now, there has been that double stack on short that has been a super tricky factor to get past, but Doma's still good for 2? How does he get 2 out of that with so much pressure coming in? They're using the timing so well off the back of the Hunter's Fury. Vanity trying to do it for his side, but now on 1v2, Durka still stands, and he removes FTs from the equation. It's the 1v1. But Jammies gets a spike. Oh, just keeps his head down. Durka up above, can't do it. Jammies lives. 11 HP is what it takes. And V1 convert finally in a gun round.
Crazy. And again, Doma in a spot where he's able to kind of quell this aggression so quickly on 3. Yes, it comes 2, but finding 2 there. Vanity actually does, yeah, done. Vanity is good, yes.
Yeah.
Vanity
yeah,
is
no,
very
that's
good
it.
player. Very good player.
He did so well to find those 2 kills, because otherwise that would have been, what, like a 2v4 on the site? So,
yeah,
very well played to him in that regard. Zelsis does have ult, so does Vanity here.
You are divided!
Cosmic Divide going to throw up. Over on A, and Zelsis is looking to close the distance very quickly. Doma, to dip his toes, though, will find Penny on the way in. Zelsis and is running back. It's also cancelled out here, and the Cosmic Divide time, and actually going to run down. They're not going to get any site control on the back of this utility being invested.
Seekers go down, going to reveal a little bit of information still. There is that split coming up short later. Now that Zelsis is going to work back on through. No one's playing directly in towards tree. It's more kind of that deeper hold coming in from Magnum, and Jammy's going for the look, trying to punish this flank that has been exploited, but Boaster very aware. Durka catching that re-rotate through middle. Zelsis still accounted for, and Durka wants a bit more. The cape could give it away if it's not careful. So Durka's going to be just holding this for now. Spike is still in the hands of Effie's. And Vanity, can he make any space off this? Doma's still such a problem as well. Yeah, Doma, he's not letting them move, man. Doma is being such a good player at finding these angles for them. Effie's does get the reveal, though. Gonna find him. Quick! Desperation spray. Pretty labored there towards Magnum, but woof. I need that fan, dude.
It's like an Effie's from 3 patches ago, right? Just trying to send it at Magnum. Right here again, Doma just dipping his toes before the Cosmic Divide, and again, just a small thing there, the adjustment to not have the Cosmic Divide cut off the switch to make it easy for them to close the door here allows Doma to play this spot, right? The aim for version 1 is never to come through and take either control of the door, the switch, or tree, at least from A main side. So a little bit of an adjustment there, I think, required on that set piece, because I mean, Doma just hitting 2 shots. Yeah, sure, you can't bank on it, but nobody posted up from V1 watching that. I'm not so sure.
It's broken the money now. Tactical timeout for FNATIC, maybe just to keep the focus up, keep it in control of the game, or simply just to get into V1's heads here.
Say, they're getting a little loud over there. I'm like, this is more like of a flex timeout.
Why not? Money's good as well. 3.5, 6.1, 5.3, solid. Yeah, Doma's a little lighter, but he has been filling that space so perfectly. And you've seen the kind of, Doma and Durka combination like directly together on Icebox, but this is just Doma doing great. This is the guy that I did title Big Daddy Doma. So he's kind of doing that work again. And we got to look at V1 for the adjustment here. They've got to find a little bit of a way back in. Out of all the real gun rounds, we've had that one posted up off the back of Vanity finding great deals of space. Finding those 2 picks on the site was massive for them. You need a little more of that. And this round on the money is going to be kind of nasty.
So, again, not this round specifically, but looking for V1 to maybe make a bit of a switch up here, because, again, I got to put a lot of weight into what Durka's doing in the early round. And so far, I mean, one round they've been able to kind of deal with that, and then maybe a little bit of a misread, and Jammies is actually caught off guard by Boaster. Again, anticipating the fact that that's been left open for so long, but he's just rotating. The Cypher setup and Durka rotating every single round here it's got V1 just kind of scrambling for an answer.
Mid control going to be gained for V1, forcing Durka away from this. Confirmation after the back of that ping. They're going to be able to walk up short. Now there is still going to be Magnum on the other side. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, the count to 3. Yeah, the classic, right? And Vanity's going to just thread the needle, though. Really well played by Vanity, just keeping it quiet, almost burst on contact. Boaster is here, though. High flash towards heaven. He knows there's now presence coming his way. Vanity going to be coming through. Good catch from Effies. This is a light buy round, and they made a great deal out of it, but they don't expect Doma. Still waiting in hell, bringing them down to it. FNATIC succeeding again. V1, they found a bit of room there, but again, they're only on the pistols.
And actually rare that Doma's not in a position to kind of, stop that push coming on through to Magnum or whoever it is rotating onto play tree, but Doma is just rock solid right now for FNATIC. Just time and time again. Yeah, Boaster low HP, takes the first contact here. Spike falls on the back of Effies, and Doma has an advantageous 1v1 with a low HP Vanity.
We need to make sure they can't do that.
Again, even just noting there, you need to make sure they
can't
walk up
do
to
that.
Here. You already, again, the troubleshooting on the fly, right?
Yep, Durka trying to greet it with sheer force from short. Boaster gets noted from top middle. Big reaction as well from the Viper to pop the ult towards B, so half of the map's now cut off.
This is key, though. It's Durka that goes over and peeks short, and they're thinking, okay, well, he's rotated now. He's playing short with the operator. He's going to post in tree, but actually, he's going to drift away. And FNATIC set up perfectly now for where V1 are going to lean towards.
They've read the mid play. They've got the confirmation on it, too. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming down. Effie's going to try and send them in, give them a little bit of a way forward. Mystic avoiding it just fine. And they haven't had that hit on the site yet. They're still looking for that first pick. Now, Mystic just found Penny. Oh dear, that's not the beginning. And I think Penny was the one in towards Connector over by Market. So still, V1 struggling for that final push towards the site itself. They still need this pick, and FNATIC are saying, nah, we'll sit as deep as we have to. We do not have to give you a single inch in this. V1 have to be the aggressors. 37 seconds. No gateways are open. It might be this late lean back towards A, and you highlighted it. Durka and Doma, the D&D combo, still waiting here.
Doma playing a cheeky little off angle once again.
Here we go.
Potentially a one and done, but he's going to have everybody knocking on the door here. Good for the first, the
second,
the third. Oh my word, Doma is playing insane right now.
The D&D combo coming alive, holding it down. And they'd been conditioned to be paranoid about Magnum playing towards short, playing by tree, and this swing off the back, and there was still the attention being drawn towards Durka. There's no way through. V1 are under lock and key right now, living in the pockets of FNATIC. And Doma looking unfazed, man. He looks ready to go. 3-8, Hypok. I did not expect this.
No, this is sheer dominance here from FNATIC. V1 now going to try and switch things up a little bit. The lockdown invested. Going to try a quick zone off on B, but look at this. Everybody stacked up here. Dirk has gone hunting already. He's already on the flank. Boaster finds the first. This is disgusting.
This utility, this crunch, just to get out towards B is so much. TP towards the back of Boathouse. Doma actually tried to commit on it. Vanity, happy to find that. Says, yeah, no worries. We'll take any freebie we're given. Already, though, how has Magnum got here? Unchecked on. Oh, no, that's a freebie on Jammies. No way. Another 3v3. Durka able to instantly work through. There's the divide. They're all on the side. Great work from Zelsis. Isolates Magnum. And he wants more. You know he's gonna hold this like his life might just depend on it. Durka, Mystic on the other side. He's still there. He's still holding. They know it. Just on the other side. Here we go. In it comes Zelsis. Great work on it. And Effie's shuts down Durka. Good hold. And just enough buffer for the second half.
Yeah, the best of a worst, best of a bad scenario, I gotta say it. But FNATIC just showing such a good grasp on reading V1. And again, I just want to come back to that previous round again, where we just caught that soundbite, right? We've got to make sure they can't do that again. What's the answer? Cypher and Viper go over towards B. Durka peeks short in the early round. There's a wall set up covering market and tiles. It's perfect. Viper ult comes into B main. It's literally the perfect way to counter that. Actually, then, they find a kill elsewhere, and V1 have to lean back towards executing on A. And who is it? It's Durka and Doma there to hold it down. A beautiful response there, and I love hearing them address that on the fly.
Now the second half, Pistols have eluded FNATIC. Previous to now, V1 have been solid at these. If their mental game is on point, they can pick this right back up. They can close that gap off the back of the pistol almost. Flash through middle, FNATIC gonna start working towards tree. It's gonna be Zelsis on the other side. Gonna have Penny not too far away. Quick flash in there. Actually gonna pressure right in. Zelsis.
I love this.
Checked on. No, he has been seen. Dirk has found him. And now they're gonna play through towards heaven. Gonna cut off the rotations. Effie on the chopping block does find one, but a quick 2-for-1 trade. FNATIC find the site. And now where's that spike? Still in hand. Still gonna be planted. It's Doma with it to do. Effie's and Jammy's gonna try and play this one back in.
Bit of an off-default plant. Magnum already got the spy cam set up here, but keep your eyes on A main. Mystic set up deep here. You can see already the snake bite floating over. Actually has to line up for heaven. They cut off this push out.
And you have to then pick short.
This is brutal.
There is nowhere to go,
This is
nowhere to
brutal.
run, nowhere to hide. You gotta bide your time, more of it being bought. Look at these layers. Oh, just so much just to get to this point, and let alone get to the side. Doma says, no, not today, bud. Mystic the same. It's now FNATIC picking up the pistol.
What an amazing pistol round strat as well. Again, the paranoia comes through, and the full expectation there is, yeah, we'll sit in tree. That's just to kind of get the entry towards door, you know, maybe get in through A main, cut me off these angles. But what happens? As three, they push through, they break through glass, they take heaven control initially, and V1 have to play so deep. They have to give up all of that space early on. And right there, I mean, again, leaving Mystic way back deep, he's in a position where as soon as they try to regroup for that retake, and there's a line up there to stop it. Then the spy cam. There's all this, like, such early kind of utility to contest with on that retake that it makes it impossible for V1.
Both these teams coming through in that second place spot. V1 living a little longer towards the upper side of things, but FNATIC thriving in the lowers, it seems. Vanity gonna aggress a little further forward. And look, they used to be called Bucky FC. Let's see if they're aware of what's on the other side. Yeah, they are. Mystic, no worries with that. Flash down to Wine just in case.
Here.
And while this happens...
Double stack.
Yeah. This could be anything but fun for Durka. Surely you don't expect two. You're going to get one, but he checks on a second. He doubled down on it. Effie's does shut him down, but now you're going to see V1 down to Jammies. And Effie's again, these two trying to just keep this together. This is going to be double digits on the board, Hypoc.
This is scary right now for V1. Magnum going to clean that one up, and I got to say, towards the end of that performance with New Turn, really the cracks started to show, right? And we credit V1 for the mid-round calling and remain composed under pressure here, but this is a big round deficit. I mean, one of the biggest we've seen V1 operate under, so now the pressure insurmountable for them here to dig back into this map.
You can see it starting to look a little bit worrying as double digits are achieved. Now, bonus round for FNATIC, full buy coming out are the best that they're going to get for V1 in this. It has to start now for V1. They cannot wait any longer. If there's any damage done, problems become even more insurmountable. Penny just going to posture up over towards long. No initial contact as FNATIC. Not particularly a fully light buy. Durka does have a rifle out.
I love that. I always just love seeing what a Cypher is up to mid-round. Posted up outside there. Again, FNATIC anticipating maybe V1 trying to counter the way these rounds have gone with some aggression. Mystic over here. Creating that pressure.
Lovely combo.
Yeah. Was the damage necessary? Going to keep Boaster. Keep him honest for the time being. Actually, might actually be able to isolate one in market here. Jammy's posted up. He will come out, find Durka initially. And I think retreat.
Where is the eventual goal here? They look a little lost without the plan. G1 going to dig their heels in on this round.
30 seconds left.
As said, you want to see it be kept clean. Maybe they're just trying to get the rifles away and purely playing to that. They don't really care for much more. Doma up towards it. What did Doma have for breakfast, dude? He's still landing shots. V1 though, going to keep them at arm's length. Doma going to cost them 2, not 3. Penny controls, and we have 1 on the board for version 1, and they needed that 3 stay alive here.
They didn't. I think you're right. FNATIC could just kind of look to do some damage, maybe get some ultimate progression, which is why we kind of see things a little scrappy, I guess, a little bit of split focus, kind of 2 or 3 different executions going on at the same time. But I guess 2 consolation kills at least on the back of Doma. To see, yeah, they can. I mean, they can buy back into this one. There's no light armors across the board as Effie's and Zelsis down to 200 and 400 credits respectively. Durka going to ride the Blade Storm here, so making the play for the operator and rifles across the board elsewhere.
It's Penny again, who's going to have to deal with a lot coming his way. They are all walking right towards him. He's expecting the player on the top. He's going to see at least 2. That's more than enough. The flash comes out. Durka takes the site. We are in. Durka to go towards heaven as well. Magnum finds 1. Good work from Vanity to quickly shut down Durka. No more threats in that aspect for now. Vanity going to try and keep that spike under pressure as well. Combination could be good on that. Don't see too much damage or too much off the back of it just yet. Spike now down.
See FNATIC set up in this close one now. Mystic actually no snake bites left, so that's not going to be the play here. They want to take control of this. Magnum actually set aside the spike, and the flash comes from Zelsis, just comes swinging onto site here. Jammies will find Poster elsewhere, but the trade comes through.
Yeah, but Vanity still stands, and he is refusing to lose. Effie's saving version 1 here. Good work in the end off the back of Vanity, finding 2 out of nowhere. And they need a couple of these rounds to come through for them. They need that confidence back.
They really do. Need to get it rolling early in this round again. Decent opportunity, and again, I love the fact that Durka's still trying to be aggressive there, even when they get a little bit of control of sight. Great work from Vanity again.
Let's go! Nice fucking
Go. Beautiful stuff. But again, I love it from Durka. He just keeps going hunting. He wants to punish even further. FNATIC actually able to muster together a little bit of a purchase here, at least down to 1,200, 1,400, and a couple of rifles on the board in the hands of Mystic and Doma.
You see Penny having his own walkabouts. We saw what happened with Durka doing it. Speaking of, Durka having a little bit of a stroll through middle. Jammy's now fully aware. Not going to have any of what he's trying to sell today. Jammy's going to control middle. Good work from him. Finding one of the danger men here. FNATIC not finding a way in. You can see them testing a couple of different approaches, looking across the map for that first entry, and no one's giving much. But for now, all they've noted is there was a Marshal coming through, so not too much to be worried about yet. But you can see the slow coming in towards short, allowing the folks to be drawn towards main. Zelsis gonna be tasked with keeping control too. Does well onto one, but Doma with the trade. It's now Sight ready and waiting, but Penny finding Doma shuts down that second prong of the attack.
And actually, they come through and they do clear hell. Actually, what?
What?
Mystic and Boaster still win that one. Seekers invested here, find themselves in a 2v2. Boaster down to 7 HP though. Mystic tilt, got 2 snake bites, so he could potentially reset here.
Oh, he's off.
I'm gonna force them out.
He's got the lineup on this. So yeah, Boaster may be dead in the water.
Beautiful.
But now timing's everything. He's gonna have to invest
one
of them on it. There it is. Mystic takes down Effie's. Jammies has nothing to
beautiful.
do! No way did they pull that off!
Oh, Lauren, the bait is perfect. Boaster getting detained makes them think, yeah, they tried to fall back all the way out. And again, not anticipating. They're thinking that Mystic's the one detained, right? The ult is on
because
site.
it's the ult's there.
That was so beautiful.
They just galaxy brained it.
They just force-fed them information and then capitalized on it. It was so beautifully done.
Mistake.
Oh my god. 11-6. FNATIC had no right to turn that round. You saw the buy there coming in, a couple of rifles, but it wasn't even the guns that got him that. Galaxy Brain plays coming through. Now you're going to see aggression as the answer from version 1. They want back in. They are looking ferocious to try and fight any advantage. Now taking down Magnum, that's a good beginning. They get control towards that B side of things. Doma tries to find the info off the back, gives a little bit of intent, but it's over towards A we go. Short has most of that utility put down. Jammy's caught in no man's land. The timing could not be worse. The site's all theirs. Durga can confirm it.
Couple of things for V1 to fight back in here, but a direct 4v4. Zelsis with the running back, the Cosmic Divide, the Blade Storm also. So we're going to get a bit of investment here.
Nice work from Penny on the first. They need a couple more like that. Penny looking for the opportunity. Now Mystic's doing his damage as much as he can. Vanity gone, who's been clutch for them so far, but it's low HP for Mystic, 19 only. Effie's going to find Doma, but Mystic still lives. Boaster's still alive in the 1v1. Zelsis. But Boaster plays the time to perfection. It's 12 for FNATIC.
This is so fantastic to watch. And no bias intended, but FNATIC are playing beautiful Valorant right now. This time and time again, when we talk about it, we always credit the playbook and how deep it is for FNATIC, and they've shown so many just clean executes, so many clean post-plant setups. And most of them not relying on that utility crutch, right? They're able to lean either direction here, and V1 backs against the wall. FNATIC, map and series point here.
It all comes down to this. Version 1 could be going home in this round. And it would be an EU team to send them there. I could not imagine this. But FNATIC's elevation, their approach today has been nothing short of formidable. But Durka going to lead the way on this one. There's still presence on the site, spotting out one towards Hell. Seekers go in. Jammy's in all kinds of danger, but Zelsis going to find Boaster. Great work from Zelsis, refusing to lose, but gets put down by Doma. And now the 3v3. Spike not planted. Got the denial coming in. Ult comes out. Penny forced off the angle just a touch. Now the spike plant comes down.
Get the neural theft going in. They know how deep they're playing this. They're all set up for this retake already, so FNATIC got to do magic to run the clock down.
Oh, Magnum! Magnum!
Second!
They've only done it! FNATIC sending version 1 home, living through the lower bracket. This is exceptional from FNATIC. And I don't know what celebration it's going to be now, but I think you can see what this means to them. They make it one step further. Is this North America going home on the airplane right now? It does look like it is.
You can see on their faces who are absolutely chuffed with themselves. What a fantastic performance from FNATIC here to eliminate version 1 from Reykjavik. Amazing stuff. Honestly, Version 1, a team that personally impressed me so much. Again, big questions coming in. How well are they going to be handle this emergency sub situation? They've over-delivered in my eyes.
100%.
Absolutely fitting, you know, of the support they've received here at the event. But FNATIC, again, the first time coming through, slight composition change here from maybe what we were expecting on Ascent, and it just goes to show you give them some time to prepare, they'll pull something out. Just an insane performance here on map 2.
And I really do want to highlight that again. FNATIC, yes, they've done well here, coming in at full strength, one of the Europeans' highest hopes. But Version 1 surprised many qualifying, and they surprised us again by looking like there wasn't a stand-in, like they were a full force. These guys have delivered time and time again, and they've proven to be an incredible contender coming into this global stance here. So congratulations, to Version 1 for looking so good up until this point, where they did meet their maker, and it was the European FNATIC able to take them down. And what a game that was. I think, strategically speaking, one of the most beautiful, mind games between the two, how close map 1 was, and how hard Version 1 pushed FNATIC to go there. This, again, as much as people will see this as EUNA, all of this nonsense, I get it. We all like that narrative. But you literally had one of EU's finest being pushed to their absolute limits by a North American team with a stand-in who has delivered and then some. They have truly done well. Both of these squads are incredible to watch.
It was, I mean, we talked this up as being such an interesting matchup, and I gotta say, the scoreline didn't really do it justice, right? This was a really fascinating game to sit back and watch. Some of those rounds, the way they played out, kind of the domino effect, almost the butterfly effect, right? Of just these tiny adjustments and these tiny pieces from both teams. Just amazing display of Valorant. But FNATIC, the ones to go through, eliminating Version 1, and their lower bracket run continues, Lauren. And I gotta say it. Sorry, Desk. I'm so glad to see it. So glad to see this happen.
One of them was right. Absolutely betrayed.
Well,
I thought Potter would be with us, I thought she had the brain, but who knows? But regardless, it is FNATIC moving forward, living through that lower bracket run, keeping themselves alive in this tournament after that bit of a backhand from the Sentinels, but they've come out swinging. Regardless, we're going to go to a break, and when we're back, the desk will be breaking everything down, and you have plenty more games to be watching today.
every time. This is the new world, you told me lightly. Oh, and how could it end? Let it fall in my lifetime. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. And how can you paint all the colors of my life? And I don't really like that. No, I don't really like that. Waking up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Analyst Desk here, and a dominating performance out of FNATIC in Map 2. Let's go ahead and jump into our Prime Gaming highlights. I have 3 analysts here who have to defend their actions because Wyatt went back to his Plat Chat co-stream. So let's start off here. Veli, defend yourself.
Okay. We don't want to talk about that right now, but I'm gonna be honest, man. FNATIC looks so damn good, man. Durka got me wanting to root for Europe. Boaster, I don't know what he put on his beans and toast this morning, but they're making us all fans of Europe right now, man. I'm gonna be honest, they played lights out. Yes, there were a lot of miscues coming in from version 1, but it was because FNATIC played the way they wanted to play. Durka, I can't say his name enough, man. The type of aggression that we saw from Durka, especially with map control in mid, they look like vanity right there the entire game. He was just undefeated, basically. Whenever he went mid with an op, you can almost guarantee a kill. And even when he didn't even see anybody and he just shot in the air, like you saw in the smoke cloud mid, he still gets those kills. They didn't have an answer for him. Now, I expected a player like Penny to really step up and challenge him. I wanted to see some hot jet-on-jet action. We didn't get it. We didn't see any type of explosiveness coming in from version 1, and we still saw a lot of mistakes. I'm gonna be honest, version 1, they didn't look like this at all this event. But man, those boys on FNATIC, this lower bracket Ren is at a fire under him, and I'm scared of who they're going up against next because this team, they're gun. Oh, Doma, by the way, lights out.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about Doma, and I think it's important to note, right? Legends are made in that lower bracket, baby. Veli, you and I have played and also commentated games all across, the spectrum, and you know about that lower bracket run. That's where, legends are forged. But while a lot of that, Durka love is certainly very justified, let's not forget that Doma brought us something crazy. And speaking of, this is our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. Doug, in round 11, Doma became unglued.
I mean, you can really spend an hour breaking down this entire round because it starts with the excellent macro play out of FNATIC, investing the Viper's Pit and the Viper's Wall to really, I think it was Pansy who said it in the cast, like there were no options for V1 to go into, and they walked right into the, oh no, it was Hypoc because Durka had the op over on A. They walked right into what FNATIC had set up. Yeah. And I just tweeted this a couple minutes ago. Link had impressed me so much as an anchor throughout the tournament, but then like Doma does stuff like that, right? Like Doma had this super casual, very lackadaisical 43% headshot. On Ascent. 43%. Man, that's criminal.
I like the way you said that. You set it up. Potter, he sets it up. He's like, lackadaisical, and then it's like an insane number. Potter, Pansy put you on the spot. She said, I expected better from Potter. And you let her down. How could you?
I did let her down, but you know what? It's not as disappointing, because as Veli and as Doug has mentioned, FNATIC looked damn good. Doma, the 43%, that's no big deal. That's on top of 217 ADR. And I know that in Valorant, ADR is kind of sometimes a little wonky, especially with the utility that we have in this game, but Omen doesn't have damaging utility. He's just got his gun and bullets and a blind, right? So the fact that he has over 200 ADR is just mind-blowing in and of itself. And version 1, I got a feel for these guys. I like their approach once again. Icebox, I loved it. Ascent, they got slapped around a little bit, but the idea was there, right? They knew that FNATIC were going to be studying them. They've got all the VODs, they've got all the intel on whatever game plan that they've showcased over these last few days. So Zelsis busts out the curveball, comes in with the Phoenix. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get things going, And I have to shout out for Magnum Cypher. although he's on the bottom of the scoreboard, he had a couple of little clever traps set up for Penny. He really neutered Penny's entries coming into those sites with those trips. It just looked like version 1 slowly started running out of fuel, and then they just ran out of answers.
Yeah, wow. Well, great assessment there, guys. And now we're going to send it over to Iceland for our Verizon post-match interview with the celebration master himself. It's Boaster.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. I'm back with your boy Boaster here after a 2-0 victory over the North American squad, version 1. We're still in that elimination side of the bracket, and so pressure keeps mounting. How does it feel to come away and extend your lifetime here at Masters 2?
It's amazing. I mean, I was shaking like a fish going into the first game, but we managed to take that win with the power of Durka, and then and a few other individual plays as well. All my team is sick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it just feels amazing. We're on that lower bracket grind, baby, and we're taking down one NA team. Now, Sentinels, we coming for you next, bro.
Okay, all right. Still looking forward to that possible rematch. You mentioned Durka, though. While everybody did perform well, 34 kills on that first map is just disgusting, to say the least. But I am curious as well what the preparation for Icebox looked like, because version 1, they swapped Phoenix out for Killjoy in this situation. And so, number one, did you guys expect that comp swap? And once it came through, how does that change your approach? Because two different style agents there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we didn't expect the Killjoy to be coming out. And frankly, I think I preferred that the Killjoy did come out because it's a more familiar comp for us.
Okay.
Like, EU plays this sort of comp and stuff, and they still didn't have the Sage. So we were like, boys, we got this. Just delay plan and, you know, just shoot them through smokes. That's how it is. And that's kind of what we did. And I mean, that actually, to be fair, I say that's kind of what we did, but that game was squeaky bum time, like overtime, and it was like a bit scary.
Yeah, you had to win 2 at the very end just to put it to overtime, and then win 2 in a row there, of course, to take it. So it definitely did come down to the wire. But you mentioned the Sage as well. Heard a lot of conversation between analysts and teams alike. Some still refusing to run it on Icebox. Do you feel it's necessary?
We tried running a Sage one without a Sage once, and it didn't go too well. So I think she's just so strong. You know, I just think you're kind of making your life harder if you don't have her. You know, she does simplify stuff when you need to simplify it. Like if you feel like you're playing a LAN game and the team's all scared and stuff, just pop a Sage wall up and you're chilling. You know, like I think the slows are really good as well.
Okay, I'm going home and I'm putting some work in on Sage. We move to Ascent again, version 1 with a bit of a comp swap. Now they have played this earlier in the tournament against Crazy Raccoon, but they had no Viper this time, which we had seen them run successfully. Right, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. And again, they bring out the Phoenix. So, like, do you think that this was they were predicting something from you? They feel like it was certainly oriented against you, because it was peculiar to have seen them found success with Viper and then ditch it.
I mean, they got some big cojones or cajones to pick that map against us, because we haven't even revealed it in this.
I was about to say, you guys have only played 2 maps.
Yeah, we're
this
chilling.
entire tournament up to this point. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that pick straight up from them, and I was going to Mini when we were anti-stratting last night, because we got back from the X-Tame game straight onto the anti-strats till about 1 a.m. and we were thinking, I was like, Mini, I think I've got the reads on Ascent, man. I think if we play it, we can just do this and win. And yeah, it was a bit like chaotic at times, but it kind of did work out. The game plan worked, and here we are going to the next round.
No, that one felt cleaner, to say the least. But also, I do need to reference the fact that you've now played 4 matches at Masters 2, and you've only ever gone 2 maps on any of them, win or lose. What do you have against third maps?
Well, you know, sometimes I used to say to the boys when we're playing the qualifiers online, yo, boys, let's get this 2-0 because I need to go home and have dinner. And I guess the kind of tradition and the momentum carries on through to these LAN events, because when we get back, I'm going to be having that shellfish like taglet head. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Now we know what you have. That's the dinner of champions right there. Yeah. But I do want to warn you, if you make it all the way to the finals, you're going to have to play at least 3 maps. You're prepared for that?
Born ready. We're gonna, nah, I think for finals, we like to whip out 5 maps.
There it
really
is. Okay.
The maps, you
know.
Yeah,
starve us of that closeness until the very end, and then leave us wanting for it. Celebrations, man. Who's coming up with these? These are brilliant.
This one, I can't remember who. Put your hand up. Is it Kojo? It was Kojo, manager Kojo. He wanted to give it to NA because he's a fellow NA brethren.
Yeah.
And also, you know, on Reddit, everyone's like, NA on top, you know, NA supremacy.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
Yeah, it was short-lived today, but Sentinels are still front runners, so
That's a
they're
good
looking
point.
tasty.
All right, final question from here. You play the winner of Team Liquid versus Vikings, so there's a possibility of that Europe v Europe matchup and spilling blood in that regard. But Vikings, I think, for a lot of people, has kind of flown under the radar. So just real quick, because we're about to see that matchup, what are your thoughts ahead of it?
Obviously, I want to support the EU boys, but at the same time, I kind of want to battle against some Brazilian teams because we haven't touched them in scrims or anything. So it'll be sick to see their kind of play style and adapt with that. But I'm fine with any winning. All I know is that heads down, VODs on, and we're coming in guns blazing.
You heard it here first. Down with Team Liquid. No, I'm just kidding. Either way, we're set up for a great battle coming up next. Boaster, again, congratulations on the victory. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
From here, we're going to a break. When we come back, it's Team Liquid versus Vikings.
Damn right.